Here we go. 11:11, live with love. I'm back. It's just taken a little bit of time, really. Maybe you guys can see some forest behind me. There we go. Yeah, I'm sorry I was gone for so long, you guys. I, if you remember, in the previous lives up to like a week ago, I was in Sedona, and there were a few messages coming in, one of which was had to do with silence, like being a little quiet. And I remember talking about this. And you see, this is kind of how the universe works, basically, is when you get these hints that you're to have some quiet time. And believe me, I've been getting them since I've been here too. I've just seen the bear, and if you're into spirit animals, the bear is one of the first spirit animals that came up when I started my live YouTubes. I didn't know anything much about spirit animals, here and there, right? And so I was kind of educating you guys a little bit on the animals that were coming up with the deck I was working with. And then I had like people giving me little bits of jewelry that had bear or wolf on them. And yeah, it kind of led me down that road of, let's find out what spirit animals are all about. So the bear is coming up again. So that might be resonant for you. Currently, I'm in the forest connecting with the Rocky Mountains. You may or may not end up seeing a bunch of dogs all around me because I'm at a friend's house here in Breckenridge, Colorado. And yeah, this might be part of their coming in space for their walk. So they might be surrounding me. And in that case, you'd have some dog energy too, which has to do with loyalty and kind of that unconditional love as well. The bear energy comes in about like hibernation, right? And although many lands of America and maybe all over the world, you guys can let me know. Those of you who are on the other side of the world can let me know about this. The weather has been quite unusual. In some places, extra cold, extra wet. In other places, extra hot. Sedona had temperatures ranking to that of like Phoenix, which basically puts Phoenix in the temperatures of hell, really, because it's so hot there. I had the opportunity a while back to actually live in the Prescott area and would travel to Flagstaff and travel to Phoenix and was like, oh my God, it's like 112 in the shade. So that's not really the place for me, as I like weather that's a little more temperate. And you really can't beat the Rocky Mountains. Like when you're not far from the mountains, when you're like an hour away from like getting up to the mountains, the temperatures are generally pretty good. Today, look at me, I'm wearing a hat, I'm wearing a sweater. Yesterday, I was wearing a tank top and shorts while I hiked. So the weather, it's not recent, by the way, guys. I've been traveling around for the last 5 years. I think it's been called to different lands for different reasons, sometimes family, sometimes other things occurring, but always knowing that it was about strengthening a connection with myself and with the surrounding lands as I would travel through in my private vehicle of conveyance. So, what are we going to talk about today? It's been a while since I've been on here. There have been different energies besides the bear coming in, which is telling me to hibernate more, which makes no sense because how can I be here on YouTube with you guys if I am quiet and I'm hibernating, right? However, I was asked to be silent a couple days before I literally lost my voice and had to do a like forced temporary vow of silence because of not listening to that call to be quiet, basically. Because I was like, how can I be quiet? I got to show up here for you guys. I don't got to, I get to show up for you guys. Hey, Gabriel, how's it going? Glad to have you here. Where are you from? I recognize the hearts with the wings or the hands. They kind of remind me of wings a little bit, blue wings. And so, yes, I didn't listen. So that might be a topic today. Listening to the nudges that the universe has for you. That can come in bodily form. I talked with a lady who lives up here, and she has different things that arose from an injury from her 30s. And she's now, I think she said in her 50s or something. And wow, she keeps telling me, she's like, yep, my body keeps saying like slow things down, and she's like, I just can't, I gotta keep going, I gotta keep going. And I was like, well, you might listen. Keep going, keep having fun in life, but really pay attention to those nudges that we get from the universe, right? So I didn't listen, and therefore I lost my voice for like 3 days. This has happened once or twice before. I'm always healthy, so that's why it's weird. It didn't feel like that kind of thing. It very much felt like something energetic was happening. And I hear about these ascension symptoms that show up in different ways, different people, and that could be something. But so we have something about listening to the intuition that comes in, listening to, when you're being asked to slow down. Have you ever hit like every red light, like every single one, and you're like, what's going on here? It's because you're being asked to slow down. You're being asked to pay attention to your surroundings. Make a funny face at the person in the car next to you. You're being asked to just slow things down. And that's what I'm doing. I went from one place to another. Now I'm in the mountains. You can connect with the forest behind me. I was going to do this live inside, but it wasn't feeling correct. So I came out here, and now look, it looks like I have like these rays of sun coming out of my head. So listening to your urges, that intuition that comes in, sometimes people call it that gut feeling. And the other part that's coming in is communication. Communication with what, who, why. Communicating first and foremost here. If you have trouble communicating with here, with yourself, sometimes nature is the place. That's why we're out in nature right now. Communicating with nature and communicating in the same way. Your nervous system, without your help at all, communicates with the nature around you, with the environment around you. You can tell this when you go outside and you're in a very peaceful place. And you can tell this, say, when you go into a work environment that is less than hospitable, and your nervous system, your body will like tighten up in different places. And you might not feel relief until you leave that space. This can happen in many different spaces, right? So communication, again, with the body, listening to the intuition. It made more sense for me to be inside. It was a little warmer. And like 8 minutes before the live, here I am outside, and I'm like, all right, sweater up, get your head on, and get your tea, and let's do this. Let's meet up with everyone, because it's been a minute, right? It's been a minute. A breath is needed. Take a moment and just take a breath with me. Hey there. Hello, Oscar Varis, 969. Take a breath with me, will you guys, who are here with me live? Let's connect to the heart. Let's connect to the forest behind me. This forest of, it's almost like antler ears. That's been coming in lately. In Avalon, in England, there is a Lady of Avalon, a goddess that many people connect with. And she has antler ears that come out. And yeah, if that resonates, look her up. There's a lot of information on the Lady of Avalon. Who knows, maybe England is calling you. But for now, let's take a breath, okay? Take a moment, if you can, if you're in a place to. You can close your eyes. You can put your hand on your heart. You can put your other hand on your womb space, which is below your belly button. And let's just take some long, slow, deep breaths and like center in. Ready? Breathe in. Pause. And breathe out. And just feel in that one breath more of the connection to you. Breathe in. Pause. And breathe out. Feel the energy in your body. When we speak a lot, there's like certain areas where all the energy wants to rush to. Notice as you breathe how the energy evens out and spreads throughout the body. Breathe in. Hold. And breathe out. Can you feel? Can you now pay attention to the rise and fall of your breath? The belly goes in and out. You can give your belly a little bit of a rub, like, thanks for being here. You can give your heart a little pat, like, I love you, man. I love you. You are doing a great job. Just give yourself that today. Breathe in. And breathe out. Connect with the forest that is here with me, or connect with the land that you are in, whether that be country, state, continent, province, city, town. Take a deep breath in and take a deep breath out. Because we are all energy, we are one. Breathe in. Breathe out. Some call this the I Am Presence. Some Divine Presence. Some Holy Spirit. Some call this the Higher Self. Some call this the Superconscious. We have the ability, these higher aspects of ourselves, these God particles that connect to Source. Whatever name you want to use for Source, energy, universe, God, Creator, the All Spark. Breathe in and breathe out. Whatever terminology we use, there is an undeniable power that we are aware of, even though it is hard to wrap our logic around it. Although we try, we do try. Breathe in and breathe out. Where you are, if you're outside, can you feel the sun? Can you feel the air? If you're inside, can you feel the room around you? the energy within the room. If you have any plants near you, be it inside or outside, connect with those plants. Do you have an idea of a plant that you love? Simply image that plant and breathe. Breathe as you are one with that plant, that breeze, that environment that you are in. We are not separate. One of the other energies coming in is the energy of community. This often makes a lot of us cringe, even those who've been introverted for quite some time. This idea can make us cringe sometimes, the idea of being around other people, which are really just other souls. Breathe in. And breathe out. We are being asked in these coming years to communicate more, to love more. It starts here, everyone. Here, here, here. Here's where it starts. When we arrive together at this time, in these places, we are anchor points, each one of us, holding an energetic field, radiating out for all those around. That's how powerful you are. That's how important you are to yourself and to each one of us. And it is not an easy task to be in community, perhaps with those that are maybe less than desirable to be around, have different views than we have. This could all be part of it. We are being asked to slow things down in a way that we can become the observer, that we can start to pay attention to others as if they are a soul, because they are. We are not that different from one another. The worlds may look different. What people have in their life might look different. But we, all of us, are desiring one thing. And that is a sense of love, a sense of togetherness, a sense that we're not all alone, even when we're introverted. We really don't want to be all alone necessarily. Breathe in and breathe out. And just feel. We are being asked to practice different forms of communication. On this channel, we practice tapping into the clairsenses more than what we've been working with in our lives. There's a reason for this. Many of you are going to experience, as you do find those times of quiet for yourselves, that new, types of gifts will kind of come about. And you'll start to feel and notice what's different for you. So that is part of why we come together. The other part is for your connection to start outreaching further than just your little universe, to start stretching and going out further and connecting with others, like-minded, like-hearted people, to start creating communities in different ways. Hi everybody. Hey Tony, how you doing? The observer is being observed, totally. And it's been a minute since I've been on here, so yeah. The observer is being observed. I wish you guys could be with me here in the mountains. Connecting to the angel of fire through the sun, connecting through the angel of air, through the breath, through the wind, connecting to the technology of the trees, through our energetic roots. We can push those roots down into the earth, into the core of the earth, and connect to the root system of the trees. Think about every single place you've ever been on the earth. Even if you don't travel a lot, all the places you've been where you've connected to nature. Even if you're in the desert, you're connecting with the root system of the cactus and all the cuchillos, all those different plants, those desert plants, all those different desert animals, right? Connection and communication. We're being asked to do something that's not easy for us to do as a human. And one of those things is connecting with those that you wouldn't normally connect with. And what that means, an example is, say like you have a neighbor that's a different political party than you are, or you have a neighbor that's a different like sports team than you are. You hear a neighbor yelling a lot. And I'm like one of these people that I kind of do that same thing, like, oh, I don't really want to go over there. Or that person always talks about this one thing. I'm kind of tired of that, right? So it means that we can have discernment as to how long we hang out with different people, but it doesn't mean that we have to write them off. Like we're never ever going to have contact with them ever again. And again, this has to do with safety too. Always make sure you're in a safe place. But if it's not affecting your actual safety when you're in different places, smile at someone you've never smiled at before. You can overhear a conversation, and if you have some input to give, you can say, excuse me, I just overheard you, and right? These are just ways that making friends, think about when you were a kid and you made friends. In the coming years, in the next 5 to 10 years, we are going to be creating more and more communities. I've been seeing this here and there in different ways. And yes, you do see it in like a lot of communities. Like I was in Boulder, Colorado, right? And there was this one community, and it was very Rastafarian-ish and more hippie-like. And I decided just to be like, okay, what's this like? This is great. Okay, they're doing food, they're creating a garden, they all help each other, they're creating sustainability, they have land, and they are allowing different people to stay there and contribute to the land. And I'm seeing this more and more people are wanting to be self-reliant, have a piece of land, and then have some people that help upkeep different things, keep chickens and have food in a different way than the supermarkets, right? So, communication, listening to our intuition. What else is coming up? crows. I just heard a crow. Did you hear it? Crows are a symbol of like an ending of a time and a beginning of another time, like a rebirth, rejuvenation, which we're coming into spring. So it doesn't feel like it because the weather is off everywhere. And everyone just pretty much has to accept that this is the weather. There's no need to complain about it. It's just the weather. So it's like a time to connect here. It's a time to connect with others out there and pay things forward where you can. And there's something else. Hold on. Let me feel into it for a minute. Yeah. There are vibrations, resonance that is all around you. There's a resonance in the birds. There's a resonance in the wind. There's a resonance in the trees. Pay attention to resonance within your body. As this one spoke of earlier, you will feel a resonance in your body when you travel into an environment that is hospitable or not hospitable. Resonance is also felt as you meet each other in your day. But for now, we want you to pay attention to the resonance of which you hold, the resonance in which that which you emanate to the world. What are you giving as you are out there living life? Some of you feel like you have nothing to give. You do not know why you are here. We are here to tell you that you matter. Your light matters. Your light matters. As in, you assist, you help create form around you, matter. All is made up of light, vibration, resonance. What do you want to create? What dreams do you have? What resonance? Is it peace? Is it happiness? Do you want to spread laughter? Feel into these words: peace, laughter, joy. What is a thought of joy for you? What brings elation to your life? Belly laughter, rolling on the ground, kicking your feet up in the air. Joy. Can you feel into a time when this was for you? Feel and breathe. Can you feel this joy and spread this joy from your heart out to the perimeter of your body? Breathe in, into the joy. Breathe out the joy. Can you smile? Can you feel your resonance now, basking in the joy? This is something that we are asking for you to connect to daily. That Peter Pan of a happy thought. What brings a smile to your face? What brings joy? For as joy emanates through you, even briefly, even in these small moments, that resonance continues. You are in fact currently, as you sit and breathe here, feeling into joy. You are in a sense tapping the tuning fork that you are. And you radiate this tuning fork as you walk amongst others. The vibration continues, passing from one person to the next, to the next, to the next. This is also true of vibrations of a lower nature. What do you want to resonate? What do you want to receive from others in your resonance? Do you surround yourselves with those who encourage you, who lift you up on their shoulders, so to speak? Not necessarily carrying you all the way, but those that lift you up energetically, encourage you on your way, in your dreams, in your passions. Do you use your voice when there are ones around that are not so encouraging? Do you use your voice in a discerning way, in a kind way? Letting others know that you have healthy boundaries. No one can take your freedom from you. No one can take your confidence from you. You alone are in charge, so to speak, of your resonance, of what environment you spend most of your time in throughout your day, what you listen to, what you decide to watch. What is the resonance of that which you watch for leisure? Resonance. Pay attention to your resonance. What you are, you emanate. You've heard you are what you eat. Energetically, how you keep yourself, your states of joy, of happiness, of calm, of the ability to respond instead of react. This will dictate what you see within the matter around you, within the forms. Practice these elevated states. Practice breathing into peace. Take a moment, breathe in to peace. And breathe out, peace. Perhaps satisfaction comes along with peace. A calm comes along with peace. Friendliness, collaboration, the creation of fun projects. It all leads to love. These higher states all lead to love. Breathe in love. Breathe out love. For this is what you are. It's been a little over a week for me since I've had a message come through in that way. All right, I have some cards with me. And we're going to see if there's anything lastly that is here for you guys to take away with you. Somebody here says they're a big cornflake. So you're kind of crispy. Are you a sweet cornflake? I like the sweet ones. You can be anything you want to be. For sure. Anything you want to be. Anything you have a passion for, I will say, will turn out successfully. We know this from the time that we're kids, actually. There are certain things we have a passion for until an adult comes over and squashes it and says, we might not make money doing that. How will you ever be able to support yourself, right? Yeah. You can be anything you want to be. As long as you're enjoying, there's the joy again, what you're bringing forth for yourself and for everybody else. Okay, I just got this deck. We're going to pick some cards. Hey, Soul Mirror, how's it going? What else is here? Somebody wants to go back to a time of a love and live those years with her over and over again. That's actually very lovely. What I would say is go back to that feeling, because it's the resonance you had with her. It's not just about the person. Go back to that feeling and see how you can bring that feeling in your life now, in yourself, with you. A lot of us try and get, especially if it's like a person that we had such a great connection with, try and get that back through other people. But really, that resonance was brought through, mirrored from that other person to you, which meant that if you were around them, you have that resonance within you that that person held and the collaboration you guys had together. So there is a way for you to bring that back into you, even if that someone that was in your life is not there. Same thing with, a best friend we had when we were kids, right? We can go back to those feelings of running around the neighborhood and jumping through puddles and climbing trees or riding our bikes or playing baseball, playing soccer, right? And we can bring that feeling of fun and joy into our life now, just in a totally different way. So here's a card that came up called Secret Sanctuary. Retreat from the real world and find your happy place. That's kind of fitting for today, isn't it? As we were told to tap into the Peter Pan energy of us. Rejuvenate your heart, soul, and spirit. And this is the card. This deck is by somebody who actually lived out on the land for a very long time. Experienced many different scenarios of wild animals, and she's basically like an elf in the desert. Secret sanctuary. Retreat from the real world. What is the real world? That's an interesting concept, isn't it? We have the world that surrounds us, and then we have the universe within us. Earlier on this live, I talked about how the spirit animal, totem animal, bear, was coming in and had come in at the very beginning of these lives when I had first started them. I had people giving me different gifts, right? So bear was one of them, and here the retreat, go into the cave. Go into the cave. Here we've got some pictographs. We've got the water element. We're being asked to retreat, possibly retreat somewhere and get to a space where you can go on vacation and just get more in tune with yourself. This has to do with an inward kind of thing. If you've been going through certain things, if you don't know which direction to go, the way to find which direction to go is to kind of go within. Some people go within with prayer. Sometimes it's meditation. Other types, it's like a quiet hike. Or it can be as simple as everyone has left the house and now you have it completely to yourself. Do you use that time to go inward? To possibly journal and write down some of the stuff that's been on your mind. A lot of you don't like to journal, but writing things down in kind of different scenarios and then feeling into those different scenarios will help answers come to you. Will give the space for answers to come in. Earlier when I was in Sedona, there was someone who was super busy, and it was almost like I get a sense for different things when I speak with people or hang out with them, and it was almost like those old switchboards, from the black and white movies where they had the operator and they'd like take these cables and they'd stick them into these places to make different connections in different places like that. And I was like, it's like your whole switchboard is completely full. And I was like, basically, your soul essence is asking you to free up a line. And there are different ways you can free up a line. And for this particular person, it had to do with going out in nature and getting in a place where there was more light, basically, and creating an open line of communication. So there we go again. We're back to that line of feeling into your intuition, hearing your intuition, taking action on the intuition, and also communication. What is that inner self trying to let you know about? What is it time for? What is it not time for? Maybe it's time for you just to kind of rest and hunker down. That's kind of where I've been in the last in the last month. It's been a very hunkering down kind of feeling for me in different ways, like different uncertainty. And I could let my mind go all off the handle, but I don't, because I trust and I know that something great is coming, and something great is coming for you as well. So here we're being asked to go within, to find that secret sanctuary within us, or to travel to a place, could be very close to where you are, and just get real quiet and tune in. Let me see if there are any questions. Do I believe in a creator? Well, it'd be kind of a funny thing for all this just to happen by accident, huh? There's definitely, if you look within nature, there's a plan. Now, many people think that there's like only one plan, that, yeah, we are basically aspects of what you want to call as the creator. We are God particles, God aspects, universal aspects of the Allspark, having an earthly experience, basically, is what it is. And we're in this new place now where things are finally going our way. Things are finally going our way technology-wise. A lot of people are back and forth about AI, but we will see that it's not necessarily something to be feared. Do we keep our humanity? Yes, we do. But unlike all the horror movies we've ever seen of things taking over, we're in a different place. And we're going to find that, because we're going to find that we have more assistance on this journey than we ever knew was possible. And that has to do with many different guides that are out there. Okay. Let's see. There's another card here, and it's called Embrace from the Other Side. Huh. Some of you might have had a loved one. Honor the agreement between you and a departed loved one. This helps you release and regulate the flow of the Kundalini energy into the earth. Celebrate the experience regardless of the amount of time you were able to spend with them. So I'm curious about the person that mentioned someone in their life named Carol. We talked about bringing through the vibration of that experience into your life now, but bringing it through another way. So this card comes up and says, honor the agreement you had with that loved one. And it's a departed loved one. This doesn't necessarily mean that they died. This could be someone that you were married to for a long time and then you departed each other. This could be family, a sister, a brother you haven't talked to in a long time. There's a way to honor the agreement that you had. When we come here to this earth plane, we have plans. We have agreements in place, many different ones. And these can shift and change depending on different paths that we take. Sometimes they're more direct, sometimes they're more roundabout. But be assured that these agreements are put in place in order to assist you in awakening more into the divine aspect that you are. Because you are more than this body. This body is your vehicle. And you must take care of your vehicle, right? Just like you would in the vehicle that you travel around in. You travel, your soul surrounds this vehicle. This is your avatar. So we're being asked to pay attention and to honor all that we encounter in our life. Celebrate the experience, regardless of the amount of time you were able to spend with them. That's what this card is about. Embrace, love, honor. Oneness. As you look at the card, it's a challenge to see where one thing starts and the other begins. And then you start to see other images within the card. Embrace from the other side and secret sanctuary. Bear might be calling to you to have a little time on your own, to get into that quiet space. So listen. I didn't listen a couple days before, and then my voice literally went silent. And it's not an easy thing to be silent when you're doing live YouTubes. When I'm showing up with you guys. So I'm so glad you guys showed up with me today. It's a pleasure to be here again. And we'll be 11:11 Mountain Standard Time tomorrow. So it'll be a pleasure to have you there. I am Love, and I will see you again. As always, I am, we are one. One breath, one light, one heart. You are loved. Remember that as you go along your day. Anytime you doubt it, say to yourself, I am loved. Why? Because love told me so. I am Love. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 11:11 Mountain Standard Time. Enjoy your day.